Okay, welcome back. Today we will start with the stack. Now in this particular video we will cover the introduction portion along with the list and array representations, like how we can create a stack using linked list and using arrays. Apart from this, we will also cover operations like traversal, push and pop on the stack itself. First we have to understand what is the stack basically. Now just consider an example that suppose you have a pile of books where you have a condition that you can add a new book on the top of the pile, or you can take a book from the top of the pile itself. Means you cannot delete or insert anything in between or the last of the pile. Only the insertion and deletion will be done, that is, you adding the book or taking a book will be done from a top only. Then such a particular arrangement is similar to the stack itself. Such a arrangement is very similar to the stack. Now, just consider a card game with a discard pile where we have conditions like discards always placed on the top of the pile. Players may retrieve a card only from the top. So, this is an arrangement where you can retrieve a card, or the discarded card could always be added at the top of the pile. Means whatever the card that has to be added should be placed on the top of the pile, or if you want to retrieve a card, only it can be done from the top. We seek a way to represent and manipulate this in a computer program. So this is a whole arrangement of the card game that I discussed with a discard pile is a very similar arrangement, similar to the stack itself. Such arrangement, if you consider in a computer program, we call this thing as the stack. Now, what are the other examples can you think of that they are modeled by a stack? Just take some of the examples like whatever we discussed as a book, or in the hostels or PGs, in the basically messes, whenever you have the plates, generally you would take the plates from the top of the pile, or generally the cleaning boy, after cleaning the plates, put at the top of the pile. Means insertion and deletion in such cases like adding the new plates or taking the plate for eating purpose, both the things are done at the on the top of that particular pile. So such particular arrangements are generally called as a stack itself. Now, come to the introduction of the stack in the computer language, like how the computer actually handles the stack. What is the stack basically? A stack is a last in first out data structure. Means LIFO. What the last in first out feature means? See, whatever the element or the item that you will add at the last, since because insertion and deletion, all the operations are doing it from the top one end only, that is called as the top end. In that case, if you will add something, whatever the element or the item that will go into the last time it had been inserted or deleted, like added or removed, in that case it would be the first element to go out. Means in whatever the order you will add, whatever the last item or the element has been added into that data structure, that will be the first item to be removed or deleted. Okay, and that such arrangement is called as the last in first out. Also we can say in this manner also, first in last out. Whatever will go first will be the last to come out. Now adding an item is called as a pushing it onto the stack. Suppose you want to add an item, we have a special terminology that we call it as a pushing an item into the stack. How we can do like in this way. So this is, suppose we are adding an item, and this is we called as a pushing it onto the stack. Now, if you want to remove an item in this way, then we call this thing as a popping it from a stack. So adding an item is referred as a pushing it onto the stack. At the same time, removing an item is referred to as popping it from the stack. Come to the basic stack definition. It is an ordered collection of data items. It can be accessed at only one end. Means that particular item, whatever the point of the access where you can insert or delete, means any operation you want you can perform, can only be performed at only one end, called as the top. Okay, we have certain list of the operation that we can perform on the stack. We can construct a stack that is usually empty. We can also check that stack, that is if it is empty or not. Empty condition we can check. Also we can push. Push means add an element to the top. Again I am saying push means add an element to the top. Then we have pop. Pop means removing the top element. Now we have something called the top. Top has one more name called as a peak. Okay, it is also called as a peak. It retrieves the top element. So what the peak and top means, as the name suggests, it just retrieves. It just give an idea, okay, whatever the element that is present at the top. Because the top is the pointer or the index, you can say, as a different implementation that points to the last element or the record has been added into the stack. It always points to the last element that has been added to that particular stack. Now that operation peak or top means retrieve the top element. See, within the peak and top, either peak or top, it is not about removing that element. It is just means you just take a glance, or just to check like whatever the element that is present at the top of the stack. Now consider this is a stack example, and this is a visualization of an array representation. What we are doing is we have a size of the stack is a max. Given the index starts from 0, the possible indexes are max minus 1. Now see here, you can notice it down. Currently top is pointing to the second index, top is equal to 2, and that is the only index where the last element has been added onto the stack. See that what is the purpose of the top? The top always point to the topmost element onto the stack. I am saying, repeating again, the purpose of the top pointer or the top index to maintain the topmost element onto the stack. Topmost element. Here in this example you can see the C is the topmost element. That's why the top is pointing to that particular element, and whatever the index where the C is stored, that is being stored inside the top. Now suppose I want to insert an element. A new item is inserted at the top of the stack. Okay, so just try to find. Suppose I will try to add 2 or 3 times. How we can actually add, and that will eventually result to the algorithm for the same. Now in this case you can see here we have top is equal to 0. I am repeating again, we have top is equal to 0. If I want to add an element, first we have to do as is like top is equal to top plus 1. If I want to add an element, I have to just increase top is equal to top plus 1. Okay, so top is equal to top plus 1 will be 1, so we can insert an element at the 1. Okay, now if we want to add one more element, what is the purpose? What have to do? Top is equal to top plus 1. The top will start pointing to this index, and we can add the element. If you want to add it one more time, what to be done is top is equal to top plus 1. We just add one count to the top, so it should point to the next free index, and then we will add that element. Okay, so what could be the algorithm now? Simple. We'll check. Push. We have the stack. It is in form of array this moment, and is the size of the array. Okay, and is the size of the array. Top is the last position where the item has been inserted. It is pointing to the topmost element in the list and item that I want to add. See, it is stack is in a array representation. Okay, array representation, and is the maximum number of element possible. Okay, so maximum number of element possible. Okay. Okay, fine. Then top is currently pointing to the topmost element in the stack, and item is item that I want to insert. If top is equal to n, suppose if top is equal to n, means the stack is already completely full. See, if top is pointing to the end, this means the maximum number of elements that is possible is already inserted. In that case, I have to write overflow and return. I am repeating this statement. If top is equal to n, this means we have already the maximum number of elements that is possible in my stack, and then we have to write overflow and return because it is already full. You cannot insert more elements. Okay. Otherwise, top is equal to top plus 1. Top will go one step ahead, and then whatever the item that you want to store, copy it to the stack top. Top is the index that will point to the position where you can add since, and this is the, here the stack is an array representation. So this is just the name. It is just the name of the array here. So this is the insertion operation. If you consider time complexity, it should be order of 1 in any case. So if I write as a worst case, it should be the best answer. In any case, the complexity would be order of n, because nothing you are doing, you are just doing a addition operation and adding to the element. They are the constant operations, and hence the complexity will be order of 1 in worst case. Now suppose you want to delete an element. Now in this particular deletion way, we will first, whatever the current LC is, currently the top is pointing to the index 2. So whatever the top element we have, I will copy it to the temporary variable. I am repeating again. If I want to delete an element, so whatever the top is currently pointing to the topmost element, that is T, I will copy that element to a temporary variable, and top is equal to top minus 1. Simple algorithm it is. So suppose currently it is pointing to this, I will copy it to the temp variable, and suppose I copy it to a temp, and top is equal to top minus 1. Top is equal to top minus 1. In this case, it would be deleted. Same way. If you want to delete again, what to be done is copy that currently whatever the top is pointing to that element to a temporary variable, and then top is equal to top minus 1. We are done. Suppose you want to delete it one more time. Okay, fine. Copy that element into the top of the stack. Sorry, copy that element into a temporary variable, and then top is equal to top minus 1. You are done. Now once this top is equal to minus 1, or if top is equal to null, both the cases. If top is equal to minus 1 index or top is equal to null, in both the cases I have to return underflow condition. So this would be the condition for our underflow case. Okay, so we'll see the algorithm now. Now see the same thing. The stack is the array name. N is the maximum number of elements that particular array can hold. Maximum element, maximum number. Same thing. See, these are the array implementations. Both the algorithms that we have seen for the insertion, that is push operation and pop operation, both the algorithm implementation has been done using the arrays only. We'll see with the linked list implementations also. Okay, now if top is equal to null, see that I already said, if top is equal to minus 1 or top is equal to null, then write underflow, because we do not have any element, and what we will delete after this. Since we do not have any element, just return directly by writing underflow. Otherwise, whatever is current element at the top stack, that is array name, top is the index, that is currently element, that top element that you have, copy to the item. Here the item is a temporary variable. It is a temp variable that will store the recently deleted element, and then top is equal to top minus 1. The element will be deleted very easily. The complexity would be order of 1 in any case, obviously worst case. And so these are the two steps that is contributing to just a constant amount of time complexity. The complexity would be order of 1 in the worst case. Now suppose this is a linked list implementation of the push operation, also as an insertion into the stack. Now so what we will do is, with the help of this insert operation, we will create a linked list implementation of the stack, and then in whatever the order that we have inserted the element, we will again do the deletion operation on the same linked list, whatever the stack implementation we have created, and then we will see that we are getting the element in the last in first out order or not. Okay, so let us do this insertion algorithm 3 times, and then we will see whatever the linked list has been created, is it similar to the stack or not. Okay, so allocate a memory for the new node and name it as a new node. Okay, fine, I will allocate. Currently top is pointing to null. Currently, because we do not have any node, the top is pointing to null. Whatever the element you want, you add, and then I step to new node data equal to value, I added, and then if top is equal to null, see, the currently we do not have any node, so top is equal to null. What it says is new node next is equal to null. New node next. So this is new node next is equal to null, and whatever the address of the new node you have, copy to the top. This means the top will start pointing to this. Okay, now again let me do it 3 times. I will allocate a memory again. Okay, suppose I inserted 10 here. Step number 2 done. Now it says if top is equal to null, so top is not null because it is pointing to this node, else part will execute. It says new node next is equal to top. So whatever the node that is pointing by the top, this node, copy the address of this node into here. So this will starting pointing to this node. Okay. Now whatever the address of the new node, copy the top here. So what will happen here is, the top will stop pointing here and it will start pointing to this node. Address of the new node has been copied to the top, so the top will point to this node. Okay. Now let me try to do it one more time. In this case, I have stored the data that I want to store, and then it says top is equal to null. Top is not null, so the else part will execute. It says whatever the top contains the address of this node, copy to the new node next. So this will start pointing to this node. Then address of the new node should be copied to the top. Okay, so I copied. So the top is now pointing to this node. Okay, done. Now this, so 3 times we have inserted. In which order I inserted? First I inserted 9, then I inserted 10, and then I inserted 11. In this way we have inserted or not? So what I am trying to say here is, okay, so like this is the order we have inserted. First we inserted 9, then 10, and then 11. If I want to delete on the same linked list implementation of the stack, the first element that will come out is 11, and then 10, and then 9. Okay, so what we will do, I will just copy the same linked list implementation of the stack onto the deletion algorithm, and then we'll perform that algorithm on this linked list itself, and we'll see whether we are getting the element in this order or not. 11 first, then 10, and then the 9. Okay, so let me create this linked list first, and then I will perform the deletion operation. Then after that I will discuss the time complexity. I am creating the same linked list that has been created in the previous insertion algorithm, that is the implementation of the stack. So we will do the same thing, and then I will apply the deletion algorithm, and we'll see whether this is working in the same manner or not. This is 9, this is 10, this is 11. This is pointing to this node, this is pointing to this. Okay, so this is the case. You can check it back. See, this is the actual algorithm. This is the actual linked list created. That is the linked list representation of the stack, and also the top is pointing to this. Okay. Expectation is the first element that will be deleted is 11, then 10, and then 9. In this order, if you are getting, this means it is a stack implementation, a stack only as a linked list implementation. It says if top is equal to null, but top is not null, so the underflow condition will not execute. We'll go to the step number 2. It says whatever the top consists, whatever the top has the address of this node, copy to the PTR. So the PTR will point to this node. Okay, and then top is equal to top next. So for this node, what is next? This one. So top will start pointing to this node. Top is pointing to this node now. Okay, now, so fine. So after this, step number 2, step number 3 done. It says free PTR. This means it is deleting this node. But delete this node, what will happen? 11 has been deleted. So it is as per expectation, it is working fine. So after deletion, what are the remaining? We will try to see. Okay, so this is the case. Now let me try to execute this algorithm one more time. Top, if top is equal to null, top is not null, so underflow condition will not execute. It will go to the step number 2. It says whatever the top consists the address of this node, copy it to the PTR. Okay, PTR copy. Now top is equal to top next. So top will now point to this node. So this is current node and this is the next. So the top will start pointing to this node. Okay, fine. And then this is the case after the step number 3. This is the scenario. So it says free PTR. Once it is deleted, what is the second element after the 11? That is 10 has been deleted. So as per expectation, it is working fine. So after this is the case, what is remaining? We will see. Okay. Now it says if top is equal to null, but top is not null, then set PTR equal to top. Means whatever the top consists, copy to the PTR. And top is equal to top next. What is the next here? Null. This time the top will start pointing to a null position. Okay, and so this top will be deleted obviously. And so step number 3 done. Step number 4 says delete this. This means whatever the element has deleted is 9 and whatever is remaining is now. So let me delete also. Now top is pointing to null. So this algorithm will try to execute one more time. What happened? Currently top is pointing to null. Yes, if top is equal to null, print underflow and exit. Go to step 1, that is exit or end. Means you are done with the algorithm. So first element deleted is 11. Then 10 I have deleted and then 9. Can I say we have actually achieved the last in first out. You still remember in the insertion algorithm, first element is 9, then 10, then 11. The same way, the top element, the last element that has come into, that is the last first in, last out, or last in, whatever the element that has gone last, that is 11, has been deleted first. So last in first out or first in last out has been successfully implemented, and that means whatever the two algorithms that we have discussed actually implement a stack using linked list. Okay, if you consider the time complexity, the complexity would be order of 1, because you're just handing towards 1 or 2 pointer, not more than that in any case. What about deletion algorithm? It is again order of 1, because you're just handing 1 or 2 pointers, nothing else. In the any case, basically, so it should work. Okay then. So this is all about the today's discussion. In the next, so we have done the basic introduction of the stack and how we can implement the stack using arrays and the linked list. It is all about the basics introduction and the implementation of the stack. So thank you for listening. Thank you everybody.